Thank you for coming today. What do we have today? Well, if you're still looking to decide your major, or you looking for a career change, well, I have something for you. Have you ever considered a career as a pharmacist? Show me the money. Show me the money. The Bureau of Labor and Statistics has it that pharmacists make an average of $120,000 per annum. And now the top 10 percentile make above that, probably around $154,000. And the bottom 10%, they make right around $80-something thousand. So that's still pretty good. Now, the NCPA is the National Community of Pharmacists, the National Community of Pharmacists Association. They project that the field of pharmacy will be growing continuously for the next 10 years, and that growth will ensure that demand, and it will ensure that the pharmacists are valued in their industry, in their field. So there's a continued growth, and there is appreciation of the profession. So you can't go wrong taking up pharmacy as a career. Now, pharmacists are critical players in the healthcare industry. We do know how healthcare costs are going up. It's predicted that in the next 10 to 15 years, Medicare will be totally bankrupt. Now, pharmacists play a particular role in trying to lower the costs of Medicare. And their outcomes are measurable. They also apply their personal judgment in trying to get optimized healthcare outcomes. Now, according to Sheehan, this is a producer research that has it that pharmacists are going to be in high demand, and their roles, if more pharmacy staff is hired, they will likely decrease the total healthcare costs. And in this particular instance, she goes on to cite certain studies that were made. I can go ahead and furnish that particular studies after this. Also, Alguerre also made a particular research study that had it that pharmacy outcomes are measurable, and also that the outcomes can be correlated with patient satisfaction. So in this particular case, we have a measurable outcome that is gauged against patient satisfaction. Now, isn't that what Medicare is all about? Medical care is all about? Patient satisfaction correlated with patient outcome. So we have. So what do we have? There's a whole lot of stuff to talk about, but I'm going to focus on health as wealth. The more you save with your health care costs, the more you have in your pocket, right? So if you spend a whole lot more, what? You're going to get bankrupt pretty soon. So in this analogy, I compare healthcare to cake. It's healthcare costs a cake. The more you spend, the less you have. And that could easily break your bank. In this particular instance, we have also an analysis of how to become a pharmacist, what it takes. It takes essentially 6 years from start to finish. And as you can see, you need a lot of biology, chemistry, and physics. Those are the fundamentals. And then you need to pass your PCAT. Once you pass that, you get admission into a college. And after 4 years of core pharmacy studies, you'll be out and go into pharmacy training. And in the training, it involves a whole lot of stuff. In training, you're required that you take your professional exam, the NAPLEX and the MC, it's right here, the MPJE, that's actually that it deals with pharmacy law. You have to satisfy that. Then, lastly, you look at the Bureau, sorry, lastly, pharmacists can very much adapt their work, their job function to suit their individuality. They're leaders in the industry, and they can adapt their work environment to suit them. They can work in groups, and they can work in solo, alone. So, what's more? It's predicted. This is the main point. It's predicted that pharmacist roles are projected to evolve, and they're going to be more in demand in the future. The clincher here is that pharmacist roles will no longer be traditional. The retail pharmacist is not going to be the pharmacist of the future. So there are a whole lot of other new roles for pharmacists, like clinical roles and pharmaceutical roles. So these very roles actually come into play. And so if you want, whatever it is your decision is about to be, if you have somebody that's about to decide, I think a role as a pharmacist is going to be one of the most important ones going into the future of healthcare industry. Do you have any questions? No questions?
The role in pharmacies, you stated is going to change. The retail pharmacist is not going to be the type of pharmacist that we're accustomed to. So does that mean they will need to be more hands-on with patients or clients when they come to get prescriptions, or how is they going to look differently?
Well, I like that question. You're asking how is it that retail pharmacists are going to be, their roles are going to be changed.
Right.
There are a couple of things going on. Number one, the automation. Technology is coming in to take over some of the roles that pharmacists may perform, such as filling prescriptions. Yep, and a lot of machines are coming out that actually have pharmacists, relegating pharmacists to the background. So if pharmacists are not needed to count the pills, most likely they'll need fewer pharmacists. So retail pharmacy will suffer that reduction. But there are other new roles coming out. The second factor will be that of the mergers and acquisitions. When you have Walgreens buying up chains all around the place, they probably can't have two of the same pharmacies in the same location. So what happens is they'll probably merge the two pharmacies and reduce the number of pharmacists working for them.
Okay.
Right. That's a very good question, by the way. Any other questions? Okay. Well, if that is all, thank you very much for coming. And
Thank you.
all right. Appreciate it. Thank you.